Lakers Nation, what is going on? So it's Mr. 81 here back with a new video. And good morning. Hope you guys had a great start to the day on this beautiful Wednesday morning with your loved ones and your family. But today's day 29 as I continue post consistently on the channel, 365 days. So I've been on the grind, haven't missed a day, not one beep, been posting daily. So also, the NBA trade deadline is pretty much approaching, less than a week, I would say, 7 days to go. So February 6th. But today I do want to talk about specifically some trade scenarios, some targets, and players that have been heavily linked to the Lakers, but also been on the radar or should be on the radar, right? But also the Lakers, game was just an outlier or just not a good game at all last night against the Philadelphia 76ers. They were pretty much missing three of their, key players in the rotation, Paul George, Joel Embiid, even the rookie, Jared McCain, and obviously their backup center, Andre Drummond. So it's very frustrating. The final score was 118 to 104, and we did come off a back-to-back, but still no excuses. At the end of the day, you're professional athletes, and you just never know what version to get for this, Lakers team. But before I get straight into the video, guys, in just a second, and not waste too much time, I'd really appreciate if you could do me a favor, like the video to get it to more people. And yeah, man, make sure you guys subscribe. And lastly, turn on the notification bell so you guys get notified for future Lakers content. So the start of the first quarter, the Lakers, were up 6-0, and then Philadelphia 76ers did cut it to 6-2. And the lead was like 12-5 or 12-6, something along those lines. But Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, he's one of the top, power forward / centers in the league, and he needs some help. He indicated that he wants a center next to him. He doesn't like playing the 5. I mean, he had to go on social media, go onto the internet, and go into an interview with Shams Charania and talk about it. I mean, win a championship in 2019, 2020 in the bubble, having JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, and having some perimeter defenders, right? But I think the Lakers should definitely cater to him, get the man what he wants, pony up to him, because that's what you do to, make your stars happy. And I just feel like they're not listening to him. They always go to, LeBron James and does what he says. But, LeBron's obviously going to ride off into the sunset, and he's not going to be here forever. So Anthony Davis is going to be here, the long run. But he did play 10 minutes. He did have 4 points and was just cut short due to an abdominal, muscle strain in the first quarter. So he did go into, the locker room. He was questionable, but he did not play the rest of the game. So not the second half. And he's our defense anchor. When we really don't have him in the paint, we really don't have help. So I'm going to mention you the points in the paint. We had 46 to the Philadelphia 76ers, 56. So basically they had 10 more points in the paint, and guys were just getting easy layups to the basket, right? Second chance points, we did have 6 to Philly, 11. But total rebounds, 39 to the Philadelphia 76ers, 43. We did get out-rebounded, especially when it comes to offensive rebounds. And I'm not surprised because we're just not a good offensive rebounding team, one of the worst in the league. But we did have 4 to the Sixers, 12. And the Sixers did have 27 points off of turnovers to our 8. But we did have 22 turnovers to the Philadelphia 76ers, 8, I think, which is terrible. And the Sixers just were, pushing the fast break, getting outside in transition. Tyrese Maxey, he's our future star. Obviously, he's been an all-star, I'm pretty sure, before, but he's been playing like one every single season. He's getting better each year, which I do like. But he's a shifty guard. He's very athletic. He's very quick. He can handle the ball. He could definitely shoot over the top. He was taking guys off the dribble, driving to the lane, getting floaters. He had like 43 points. Obviously, their wing defender, and Kelly Oubre Jr., he had like 20 points. Eric Gordon, who's old, he did have, 14 points. He did shoot 3 of 6 from the three-point line. And their player, Ricky Cancel, never heard of him until, last night's game. And he had 16 points. Pretty much in that game, in the fourth quarter, he did, go for a 360 dunk. And I don't even know, dude is, like that. So Lakers got to be better when it comes to the turnovers. But in the fourth quarter, I was very disappointed because, Jackson Hayes, he's just, too frail. And he's not the greatest rim protector. He's not the greatest rebounder. He's 7 foot tall for nothing. I mean, this dude sucks. I would trade him, but who's gonna want him? Because the Lakers are desperate. It's showing. And if teams see that Anthony Davis did go down as they've seen, and obviously this report, and it's being brought up in social media, and it's not just hidden, teams are gonna see us as desperate. So obviously the center position, asking price is gonna go up, but we'll see what happens. But obviously, the Lakers need to do something now, and the ball is on their court, especially, Rob Pelinka, our GM. His job is to manage the assets, not only for now, but also the future, the salaries, the cap. I don't want to hear no excuses about the Abrams because we should be going all in to help Anthony Davis, but not only LeBron James, and, having more ball duties or having more playmakers that can run the offense next to, Austin Reeves, because I think he's better at the two guard, and there should be no way that he should be our point guard. Just doesn't handle ball pressure well, but I digress. I want to say, Gershon Yabusele, he did have 14 or 8 rebounds, so it's very frustrating because in that game, there was a play where, Rui Hachimura was getting beat off the dribble, and he wouldn't even close out. And then guess what happens? Gershon Yabusele goes for the dunk. And in that fourth quarter, Jackson Hayes should be contesting, at least trying to, get the offensive rebound, as he almost did. He didn't get the block, but guess what? Who was, on the offense end, and he was trying to guard him? That was the rookie center, I'm pretty sure, Adam Bona out of UCLA. But he was posting him up. He was trying to pump fake, and obviously, Jackson Hayes was, trying to, recover, get the block, and he couldn't. And he should have, just grabbed the ball with two hands. He didn't do that. And it's very frustrating because this dude, every time he gets the ball, he gets a strip, he gets a turnover, and it just leads to more fast break, points and getting outside in transition. But obviously, Adam Bona, caught him lacking, and he saw, Ricky cancel for the backdoor cut, and he goes for the dunk. So if you have Jared Vanderbilt, none of that stuff is happening. And I know he did not play last night's game because they're trying to be precautious. They don't want to risk him getting injured again. I mean, this dude goes 80, 90% of the time on the defense end, navigating through screens. He's very athletic. But if we have Jared Vanderbilt, at least he's contesting. At least he's closing out. You go in and trying to say he's getting the rebounds. And I don't know why, they did, take out Dorian Finney-Smith out of the, starting lineup after, the last 2 or 3 something games. And Rui Hachimura obviously was dealing with the Cavs, so that's why they did play, Dorian Finney-Smith in the starting lineup. And we got to see Jared Vanderbilt make a season debut for the first time in a year. And he did play against the Golden State Warriors. But his stats don't always, show up in the box score of the stat sheet. But he was getting points, steals, rebounds, assists. And I'm pretty sure he did have a block. But it's very frustrating, man. Rui Hachimura, he should be the odd man out. I would honestly, have Max Christie continue to stay in the starting lineup. Either have Vando or, Cam Reddish. I don't know what's going on with him. Is he still injured? It's very frustrating. Gabe Vincent did miss, the last, 2 games. And I know he's been healthy most of the season this year, but, it's come on, man. But obviously, I would use, Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith in the starting lineup alongside, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And especially if we do go trade for Myles Turner, because I'm hearing from, multiple sources or insiders. So coming from, Twitter, it says witness Kings James. And this is according to Shams. So it says breaking. The Los Angeles Lakers are in advance trade talks with Indiana Pacers on a trade that would send Myles Turner to LA for Rui Hachimura and draft compensation. But also, there is this, trade. So it says 2 trades that could work. So the Lakers, they'll be receiving Myles Turner. Indiana Pacers do receive Rui Hachimura, a 2029 top 5 protected first-round pick. I love that. And lastly, the Toronto Raptors would be receiving Jalen Ficino. I'm pretty sure the Lakers did not pick up his team option, so they declined it. And it's going to be expiring. He's making around $3 million, so it's very cheap. And obviously, they'll be receiving a 2029 second-round pick from the Portland Trailblazers. But I does say this. there's certainly a risk reward with acquiring Turner. The risk does come with the Lakers having one future first round pick to trade. Turner's also a pending free agent and could leave this summer if you don't sign him. And it does exceed the cap in the offseason, right? But the reward is Turner can complement Anthony Davis in the front court, shooting a career high at 39.3% from three and averaging almost 2 blocks per game. So he's a better, version of Nikola Vucevic, but just with the defense. Obviously, his versatility. I really don't want Nikola Vucevic. Seems like the Lakers are out on him. You know what's crazy? There's pretty much a report, coming out days before the report did come out from NBA Central that the Lakers were not going to, go after Nikola Vucevic, that they're showing interest. And now there's reports that the Lakers don't want him. I think it's actually insane. But he's not that great defensively. And I think Myles Turner is just miles away better. That is crazy. That actually rhymed. But obviously, you got Jonas Valanciunas. I mean, he's cool. But if we get him, I'm not going to be like that impressed. So I did hear, the asking prices did go up to one first-round pick. So looks like the Lakers are out on Jonas Valanciunas. That is actually crazy. There's no way in hell I'm paying a first-round pick for, Jonas Valanciunas. He's just not worth that. So I think the best, bet is Myles Turner. And that's why this, research report did come out this past week that he's going to be a free agent in the summer and he's demanding at least $30 million per year. And it doesn't look like, the Pacers are going to pay him that, right? Obviously, they do have Tyrese Halliburton. You still got Pascal Siakam and there are other players on the team. And they did make a huge, playoff run, but they did get swept to the Boston Celtics in, 4 games last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. So nobody really had him going that far. Myles Turner, I think he'll be perfect next to Anthony Davis, but also especially if he does, play alongside him or does play backup minutes. But if you do get him, I think he would start. I mean, he's making around, $19.3, $19.4 million. So his contract is, expiring. It's actually crazy. A lot of the players that have been heavily linked to the Los Angeles Lakers have been on expiring contracts. Bruce Brown, Lonzo Ball, those types of players, right? Even, Malcolm Brogdon. They did check on the price for, Jakob Poeltl, but he's making around $20+ million. So it doesn't look like the Lakers want to pay that price, but I'm hearing that the Lakers want Myles Turner. But obviously, I did, see this report coming from Jovan Bush. So it says that the Lakers have 3 needs that they're looking for. The Lakers have 3 needs entering the February 6th trade deadline in no particular order. So it says 1A, better defensive center to back up Davis and occasionally play alongside him. Or 2, more defense, shooting, athleticism, and physicality on the wings. And 3, another ball handler and playmaker to help LeBron James and Austin Reeves run the offense. So those are the needs. I think the Lakers do need some upgrades. But obviously, I got to say, the Lakers did win, 6 or the last 7 games, closing in on the 4th seed. A team in the Western Conference that was just, tied with the Denver Nuggets ahead of, last night's game before losing. And they went into a winning streak 4. And that was after, beating the Charlotte Hornets in that game. And LaMelo Ball did go down. I'm pretty sure he did sprain his ankle. But the Lakers are up 23 points. And obviously, guess what happens? The Lakers do, crumble in the second half, especially that third quarter. But the Lakers were able to close down in the fourth quarter, beat the teams that we should be, beating. They didn't have Brandon Miller, but I digress. But now the Lakers, they're still the 5th seed. Now their record is 26 and 19, but that's all I got for today's video. Lakers fans, NBA fans in general, you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about this update? Also, I got to say something that I did forget to mention in this video. The Lakers are at least, 1-9 this season in a Lake Show jersey. So it looks like we're cursed. We cannot get lucky. We cannot win these games, especially with these jerseys. But obviously, the Lakers have to play a good, brand of basketball, team effort. But in the rest of the jerseys, in the regular season, our record's 25-10. But I'm going to keep repeating myself. I'd really appreciate it if you could do me a favor. Like the video to get it to more people. And make sure you guys subscribe and turn on the notification bell. But one last thing I got to say before I end this video off. The Lakers' schedule over the next, week or so, we do have the Washington Wizards. We should win. Obviously, they're just not a good basketball team. They're one of, if not the worst team in the league. You obviously got the New York Knicks. So that's a team that's a threat. Most likely, probably take the loss. So I do have the Lakers going 1-3 in the stretch, or at worst, or at best, I should say 2-2. But we got the Clippers next after that in LA. Technically, it's a road game for them, but it's still in LA. LA runs by the Lakers, and then next game we got the Golden State Warriors at home, and we're 2-0 against them in the regular season. So they're gonna want their revenge. Draymond Green didn't play, and Jonathan Kuminga did not play. But Stephen Curry had like 13 points in the game in the first quarter, or first half in general. But second half, he disappeared. He had 0 points due to, Jared Vanderbilt's elite defense on ball, his athleticism, obviously his IQ, and obviously guarding players 101 defensively, closing out. But yeah, man, follow my socials. The links will be down in the description. And that was just not a good, display effort by this team. And like I said, time is now, not later, not tomorrow, not the trade deadline. They need to make a move now and get the center, because if we continue to wait, then teams are going to obviously go after those players. You get what I'm trying to say? But the prices are just still kind of high. Obviously, looks like Walker Kessler's off the table, and it doesn't look like he's going to be brought up back in the market. Obviously, the Lakers did make some offers for him, but it looks like they stalled. And even dating back to Myles Turner, he should have been a Lakers. We should have got him and Buddy Hield, 2 years ago, or if not, 3 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago in 2023 when we had Russell Westbrook. And Rob Pelinka was going to make the trade for Myles Turner, but guess what? Jeannie Buss, our owner, got in the way, and she vetoed the trade. Like, what owner does that, veto a trade when it comes to a player that you're trying to acquire? So if not, the Lakers probably would have had a championship, but who knows? That's just pure speculation. And I'm out of here. Peace.